Hello and welcome to Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. We're going to introduce you to just a handful of our adoptable pets in this episode. Calliope is our pocket pitty. This girl may have the appearance of a puppy, but I assure you she's about 2 years old. She has a beautiful fawn and white color, and while she tends to go for blue steel when she's posing for pictures, she actually does have that typical great pitty smile that always shows up when she's rolling around in the grass, sunbathing. It's just some of her favorite hobbies. She is an active girl who's really fun. She walks nice when she's wearing her harness, but she can be fearful of some things. It does take her a while to warm up to new people, new environments. She can be startled by loud noises. So she is a dog that's going to require some training, some behavior modification, and definitely a lot of patience from her new family. When it comes to kids, she's a little bit wary of them right now. She tends to growl at them as they pass her by, so she's going to be better suited for homes with older kids, teens, adults, maybe doing some counter conditioning work to make her feel comfortable with younger kids. She's a no-go with cats, but she is dog selective, so just depends on the dog, and that's okay because humans are often selective as to who they want to be their friends as well. She is a dog that you want to read her medical carefully because she does have an old pelvic fracture that kind of doesn't stop her from doing things, but she has a little bit of a stranger gait when she does her typical, pit bull sploot. Her legs kind of look a little wonky, and that's a result of that scenario. So just want to make sure you're checking those things out, you feel good about it, and that you definitely have the patience for Calliope. And if you think that you do and you want to make her part of your family, you can go to visit fcac.as.me to begin that process. Our next canine today is Culver, and he is an interesting looking guy. He has a very unique look. He's one of our terrier mixes, pit bull type dogs. He's about 43 pounds. He's got kind of short little legs. He's got this great face with like this black, different kind of masking features on it. His coat is brindle. I would say the best thing about Culver though is his ears. They're just like much bigger than you would think for his size, and they're right there, like, he's listening to everything. Definitely has a unique look and a very big personality to match. Culver is a fun dog. He's an active dog, but he is a dog that, in my opinion, would do better with someone who has some dog experience because he does have some things that he needs to work on. He doesn't really like a lot of restraint. He doesn't like things that are kind of around his chest, putting pressure on that. So we're working on getting him comfortable with, harnesses and things like that because he does pull a lot when he's on a walk. We're also working on polite leash walking. Just kind of basic good manners things that a lot of dogs need to work on, but he can also get a little overstimulated at times, and he is highly food motivated. He loves a good treat, but he also needs to learn how to take those a little bit more gently. He needs to learn to take them like a gentleman, and softly, things like that. So for those reasons, he's probably best suited for a home with no small children. Definitely somebody who's able to read body language and do some training, some behavior modification, things like that. But he is friendly. He is, very social. He's not fearful of new people, new strangers, new situations. He has elements of enjoying affection. He will lean in for pets and things like that. He likes to go sniff and go on walks, and he's been enjoying all the different kinds of enrichment that we've been giving him and exposing him to new types of foods and things like that. So he has a lot of potential to be a really fun dog, but definitely working on those basic manners is going to be really important. And our staff, again, have been working with him on those things. And if you're interested in meeting Culver, definitely read all through his profile. It might seem a little bit overwhelming when you look at it, but our staff have been putting in lots of behavior notes so that we can chart his progress so that his potential adopters can see what we're doing, what works for him, what he needs to work on to make sure it's going to be a good fit for you and your family. But if that's something that you want to take on, you've want to meet with him, see if he is going to be a good match because he is so incredibly adorable and just full of energy and fun. You can go to visit fcac.as.me to get the ball rolling on that process. Our next dog is a dog that we actually knew before he was available for adoption, and that's because Lex is a bit of an explorer. He likes to go out and adventure. And so, what does that mean for a new family? That means that Lex is a guy that's going to need to be out on a leash or in a secure fence, making sure that your fence has no weak spots. Or that you're supervising him when he's outside in a fence because he likes to wander off and go do his own thing. But he is a very friendly, a very active guy. Wants to run, wants to play, enjoys playing with toys, enjoys you know sniff walks. He is a fun guy. He's an athletic guy, so he would do best in an active family. He does need a little bit of work on his walking, on polite leash walking, but he's been doing better since we fitted him for a harness. So that's helping him a little bit. He does have a really great sit inside. Like he's very quick to sit inside, but when he's outside in the environment where he enjoys, where he wants to play and kind of explore, it has a little bit more difficulty listening to those cues. But I think with some consistency, he will be able to have a bulletproof sit outside as well as inside. He's affectionate, but he's a big guy. He's 70 pounds of muscle, so you definitely want to make sure that you can handle all that is Lex. But he's a beautiful dog. He's a fun dog. We have him down as about 3 years old. We do have him down as a Chow Terrier mix because that's what the previous owner, told us he was. There is some debate there, but regardless of his breed, he's an amazing dog and will be great for a variety of families. If you think that that is your family, go to visit fcac.as.me. We don't often get younger dogs, but we do from time to time. And one of the younger dogs that we have available for right now, in fact, the youngest dog we have available for right now is Blueberry. She's our 5-month-old lab mix. She probably will go very quickly, but we do want to showcase that we have a variety of dogs that come in. Sometimes you just have to be patient and wait, and eventually the dog that you're looking for will pop up. Blueberry is kind of all legs at this point. But she's a very sweet dog. She is affectionate, but she is an active dog. She's a lab mix. She has a lot of energy. She's constantly play bowing. She's play bowing to other dogs. She's play bowing to humans. Like she has a lot of energy that she needs to get out. And as a 5-month-old, she's obviously working on her manners. So when you're getting a dog this young, you want to expect that you're not only going to have to do all of the good manners training with her, making sure that she walks nicely on a leash, making sure that she has a nice sit, that she's not putting paws up and jumping on people, but you're also going to have to do that house training as well, and being really prepared for the time and the patience involved in acclimating a puppy and socializing them and training them and teaching them how to be a good member of your family. She does seem to be very dog friendly. We've walked her with shy dogs. We've walked her with Calliope, who's dog selective, and those things seems to go very well. She is a nice puppy, but she again is a dog that's going to require somebody who's willing to work with her through all of those basic puppy things: good manners training, house training, socialization. If you're up for that challenge, you can go to visit fcac.as.me to book an appointment to meet with Blueberry. If labs are your thing, then you're in luck. We have multiple lab mixes available for adoption right now, including 8-month-old Cheerio. He is a yellow lab with the best ears. We call them Skylar ears around here after having our wonky eared, one up, one down, adoptable dog Skylar for nearly a year. And he definitely has that thing, that ear thing going for him. He also has cute little freckles on his nose. He's just the cutest guy, but he is 70 pounds of puppy energy, and he will sit, but then he's like bouncing back up and he's play bowing and he's jumping on you, and he's just, looking for treats, and he's just doing all those normal puppy things. So expecting, again, he's an adolescent dog, not necessarily a puppy. So he does have some things going. He will sit when you ask him, but he's still really refining all of those good manners. So he needs to work on impulse control and keeping his feet on the ground, and walking nicely on leash and not pulling. But he does take treats gently. He is very treat motivated. Um, he's I haven't had a ton of personal experience with him because he is very new to the adoption floor, but I will say he does seem to have a very fun energy. But he is an active guy, so he's seeking an active family. He's not really your couch potato dog. So taking that into consideration, but he's friendly, he's goofy, he's easy to handle. As long as he's the big issue with him is like the jumpiness, the excitedness. Because he can be a little mouthy and he can be a little jumpy, we are recommending that he not go with small children. Typically, when we say no small children, that's kids 6 and under, because we just don't want them to knock them over or be mouthy, things like that. But if you're ready for all of the energy that is Cheerio, you can go to visit fcac.as.me to begin the process of making him part of your family. We recently added 3 younger dogs. We've already introduced you to 2 of them. The last one is going to be Count Chocula. He's also 8 months old, and he is one of our Pitbull type dogs. We have quite a few of them. We were celebrating them, spotlighting them all throughout the month of October because it was National Pitbull Awareness Month. But the Count didn't get really a chance to be part of that because he is such a recent addition. I will say, he, like many of the other young dogs that we have, needs to work on his manners, but he does have some things going for him that are really great. First off, when I was taking pictures of these new additions, he was kind of the easiest one. I went in, as soon as he saw a treat, he has a nice little auto sit. He sits right back down. It was hard for me to get a different pose because he didn't want to stand up. He saw a treat and he knew the way to get a treat was to sit nicely, which is an excellent foundation and start. He is another active guy. He's, wants to get outside. He wants to walk. He wants to run. So he is a puller. He needs to work on polite leash walking, kind of impulse control, keeping those feet on the ground. But he is food motivated. He takes those treats quite nicely. And again, he has a really nice sit, and he's going to be able to do that as a way for you to redirect him. But an active guy, probably, again, going to do well with an active family. So he's not really a couch potato guy. His opinion about other dogs is selective, right? He's reacts favorably to most dogs, but if they're barking at him, things like that, he will you kind of give it back to them a little bit in the trash talking department. But he's affectionate. Something that you might want to consider, though, with the Count is, like our friend Bucky, maybe they can start a club, a little drooly. So hopefully a little bit of drool or a lot of drool won't deter you from making this amazing young guy part of your family. And if you want to do that, you know what to do. Go to visit fcac.as.me to book an appointment. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed meeting these amazing adoptable pets. Keep tuning in for more.